But
course.
something we wanted to talk about today on the stream was something that's more. I guess it's more relevant with like Monster Hunter streaming, which is something we're intimately familiar with.
Of course.
But that's like the subject of like hub etiquette and like
Yeah, I I feel like a lot of people are scared to talk about this, but I feel like every streamer has experienced this at one point.
mhm,
Just like a bad experience with like whatever, you know?
yeah. Uh, I mean, I guess it really boils down to just like a general lack of awareness or common sense. But like if you come to a hub, there's like a few things. You want to be courteous. You want to be like, well, first of all, you want to ask. Unless you're like
Yeah.
really intimately involved with the person that you're joining, you can just like
Yeah.
join whenever. Like
And
if
like I
Forrest just like joins my lobby, I don't really mind too much. Or
I
Karada.
feel like we should point out as well that we are not the voice of reason here. There are other streamers that have their own rules to their hubs, but
Yeah,
this is something that we kind of picked up on
just like
that
in general, you know. I think if you come to someone's stream and then like immediately just without even getting to know them, just ask if they join. That's like my biggest pet peeve, I think, when it
yeah.
comes to streaming Monster Hunter like with like viewer hunts. It's like even though I do have like an ID command, I also like have an expectation of people to be like, it's there, but I'd like to get to know you a little bit first because I don't know you. You don't know me. And it's not like it's not like it's a little bit different than playing with randoms online
Yeah.
because it's in the stream environment where the person is actively talking with like not just you and not just with everyone else in the hub, but like all the viewers as well.
Mhm.
It's a much more public, open, uh, like situation than just playing with randoms on your couch with your
Yeah.
Switch. You know?
I yeah. I think like what we're trying to say is like don't try to snipe the hub. And like I think kind of what we feel is like um we as streamers, we're happy to help people, but get to know us first so it's less of like us feeling like we're being used in a way to just help you get to like a certain level. We want to get to know you and for you guys to get to know us.
Hmm.
So,
And
yeah,
this
I
like
don't know.
this applies to a very fringe group of like people on Twitch. Like it's like
Mhm.
most like 99% of the people who come to our streams are fine.
Yeah.
But it's like it's just like I don't know. I felt like it was like it can be a little frustrating sometimes from the standpoint of like a streamer and Monster Hunter streaming in particular. Like tons of streamers put up with like these types of situations, and everyone deals with it in different ways. Some people are like just like treat it like nothing at all. Like they're just like whatever you want. Anyone can post. Don't really care.
Yeah.
If that's how you run your stream. That's how you run your stream. I think going into like a new person stream though, like go in with the expectation that they like have like the sternest rules ever, and then just try to get to know them a bit so that you can get a better feel of like what their expectations of you are. I guess.
Yeah.
Um, but we were also talking earlier because the topic of like Valstrax armor came up, and then I was talking about um, there's like this whole like hubbub. I caught it tangentially on Twitter. I didn't get involved in the discussion because I don't want to. But like it
Mm.
was like about like, hey, if someone's using Valstrax armor in your hub, you shouldn't be using healing horns or life powders and stuff. And then there's the other side that's like, why are you using Valstrax armor in the first place? You know, don't expect me to not heal you just because you like.
Well, I just think the biggest thing is if you go into a hub and
Mm-hmm.
you're wearing Velstrax, people should not have to change their playstyle or change anything about their sets or anything
To cater for
to
you, yeah,
accommodate you.
yeah.
To accommodate you. Like, you should not expect that of others.
Mm-hmm.
If you're playing with friends and you kindly request them, that's a different story. But if you're actually requesting the streamer as well, it's kind of like, okay.
I've had that happen before, and it was in GU specifically. I think a person was using like an adrenaline set or something,
Yeah,
or maybe
no,
they
you
were using
can.
Dragonheart as well. I don't know. I forget, but
There are many sets in the game that you can run that are good as well. You do not have to run Dragonheart
yeah.
or Adrenaline or whatever. Like,
I
I'm
run
sorry.
I run Dragonheart regardless, just because I'm like it still has like some really good armor skills, and I still get hit often enough where like I feel like I can use Dragonheart even in a multiplayer setting with people
Yeah,
healing me. It's like it doesn't bother me too much. Um, I don't know. It's a whole perception thing of how seriously you take it, I guess.
yeah,
Of like if that extra 1.5 minutes of time that you're shaving off in a group hunt because you're like staying on low health or like below 80%, if that matters that much to you, then I don't know. Like internalize your frustration, I guess. But
yeah.
people are just, they see you low on health and they want to heal you, It's this could go into a whole nother conversation of like, well, the armor shouldn't even be designed like that in the first place. Like, okay, that's a whole nother thing, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
To also go back to, like, one of the chatters and, like, to talk about the spots as well, like,
hmm oh, like
uh
taking a spot in the hub.
yeah, so one of
Yeah.
the chatters said, "And if you do get a spot, please participate in the hunt."
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
This is a
I
big thing.
so the funny thing is, I had that happen to me, uh, semi recently.
Mm,
Where I didn't realize until after the fact, after my stream had ended, and I was watching back my footage. I was like, oh, this person is just like literally in base camp or like literally on their palamute, just like running around doing nothing for like the entire hunt,
right.
and only like coming in to hit the monster when they get like toppled or downed or something.
Yeah.
Um, but like I was like, streamers like we have so many things to pay attention to. And so like our default expectation is like everyone's gonna just play the game and not like get carried or just fuck off in camp and do nothing. Or just like run around on their dog and do nothing the whole hunt.
Yeah.
Um
Like,
it kind of like opened my eyes to like, wow, yeah, there's like so much to pay attention to, and I didn't even realize this person wasn't really contributing at all. Like the quests were taking a bit longer, but like I was just like chalking that up to like, I'm just like off my game today, but um
I it's just, like, I think people need to realize that streamers notice this stuff. We might, like, not say anything on the spot because we are, like, focusing on other things because, like, we're either focusing on the game or the chat or trying to be, a personality.
mhm.
But we notice these things after a bit. Maybe
Yeah.
not immediately, and we
Some
might
some
not
people
say
might
anything.
take a little longer to pick it up than other people like me.
Yeah, no.
I didn't pick it up
Well,
until like the very last hunt where I was like, why are they at the other end of the hunt? Or at the
yeah,
end of the map, like doing nothing but like running in circles. I don't understand what's going on. Like I was
yeah.
calling them out, and then they were like talking in chat, like, "Oh, I got lost." I was like, "There's a map right there. It shows you everything. You don't even have to
I
like,
got lost!
you don't have to look for the monster anymore." And then they were like, "Oh, are you creeping on me?" And I was like, "Okay, yeah, no, now they're trying to play the victim. Okay, yeah, no, we're done."
Yeah, okay.
Okay, I can't believe
Yeah,
it took me like
so
2 hours to figure this out.
yeah, no. So, obviously, like, we're it's just we notice when people aren't contributing. It's kinda obvious. Um, it's just, like, we it's hard in a situation when we're trying to be funny for the crowd or the chat, and it's just kinda like, how do we call this person out on, you know, being useless, but also still trying to keep the atmosphere fun and light? But it's just kinda like, we need to really remind people, when you're hunting with us online, like, please keep your etiquette, like, in check and everything. Like, you know, we're all just playing a game. We're all just trying to have fun
Yeah, at the end
with
of the
the
day, it's
monster.
just like we're just playing video games.
And it's like, I really don't care if someone triple cards on a quest. I
Yeah,
really don't.
yeah,
I'll take note of it, and then I'll be like, "Do we wanna run that quest again, or do you wanna post something else?" You know? when it gets to a point where we've attempted the quest twice, they've still triple carded, then it's like, all right, let's do an alternative quest then. Let's do something easier. Let's do something different. Maybe you're just off your game with this monster today. I don't care. But if that person starts being like, whatever, you didn't heal me,
Really
or
uppity
it's
about it. Yeah.
very just how they acted, it's just like, okay, this is starting to, now I'll start to take point of this. And it's just kind of like, okay.
Honestly, I've hunted with like a lot of people that I really like to have triple carded, and I'm just like I don't care that much. I'm like, and I tend to have fun whether or not we fail a quest. Like, it's funny because I get the most salty when I'm playing Monster Hunter when I'm playing by myself off stream, like just me in the hunt, because I know that's like I get frustrated by my own shortcomings as a hunter when I'm playing
Yeah.
by myself. But when I'm playing with a group, I'm just like playing to have fun, and I whenever I see people make mistakes, I'm just like, oh, don't worry about it, dude. It's like
Yeah.
it happens. It happens.
But
I
it's
appreciate
just
when
like,
people say sorry, but you don't have to. but like,
exactly.
but like you were saying, like if someone's like just carding over and over and over again, then that's like when I kind of do that like a teacher thing in the field trip where I'm like, all right, Billy, come here. I
Yeah.
gotta talk to you about something.
Well,
Okay, it's important.
there's a case of like bad luck. Like if you get slammed into a wall and you're stunned and you're getting comboed and like stuff like that happens, that's fine.
Yeah.
That happens. That's happened to everybody.
Hmm.
But if it's like we do the quest again and you still triple cart and it looks like you're getting like almost one shot or you are getting one shot, then it's like, all right, we're gonna make you some armor and we're gonna, kind of go back. We're gonna take a step back and everything. That's fine.
Yeah.
I really don't mind doing that.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of like it it's kind of like in a way I think my biggest rule in a hub is like as long as you're contributing, I don't care if you're carding over and over again.
Hmm.
As long as you're having fun and actually hitting the monster and being there and trying your best, that's all I ask for.
Yeah.
It's actually a thing now in Monster Hunter Rise that like if you're AFK in a hunt and like it might show this in a world as well, I don't know. But if you're AFK long enough in a hunt, it'll actually show the away sign by your name.
Oh, like the little like the stop sign with like the minus in it or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
Obviously, I've had that happen because people have gone AFK in my hub. Not cool.
They just take us. They take a spot and they're like, "Go on without me. I need to do something." I'm like, "Well, that's not how this works.
Yeah.
Someone else could
No,
be taking a spot." Like, yeah.
because I think people need to realize that we have queues. We have people wanting to join.
Well,
You
that's like,
can't
yeah.
you can't just walk away from your Switch, okay? And
That
like I think that's my biggest pet peeve recently is there's a queue. If you are a part of the queue, please stay in the chat. I understand if it's a long wait. Sometimes quests can go on a little bit, but like if I suddenly clear people out of the queue or clear people out of the hub and then I'm like calling for like someone to join and they're not there, they're AFK or whatever, please just let me know that you're going AFK so I know, or that you're in a hunt or something so I know. Because it's kind of like, okay, I don't know where this person is. I have an empty hub now. Do I skip them? Do I wait? I don't know.
you're,
So,
you're not specifically talking to me, but I feel like I'm getting scolded by a parent right now.
I'm sorry.
Like,
It's just
oh,
kind of
okay.
well, I don't think you oh, no, wait, you've done that to me once,
I've
Tam.
done it before, but that's like,
You
I think I like passed out or something. No,
you
yeah, I literally, we were in a call, and then I went to the
well,
other
no, I'm
room, and then I laid down on my sofa and I slept.
yeah, no, you passed out. You were in the call, and I was like I actually sent you a PM because I was kinda concerned. I was like, "Are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you not talking on purpose, or
No,
you
I was
literally
like,
not there?"
I think I was
Um,
unmuted as well because I went in to check
you
Discord. I was
were.
like, I was unmuted, so it's like you didn't hear anything, nothing.
Yeah. Um, but no, I'm talking about a previous time. I think you actually went, like I think you were in my queue and everything, but you had to, like, leave for something? And so, like, I had to send you a PM and everything. I was like, hello." But yeah,
Probably. I don't know.
that's honestly, like, my biggest pet peeve. Like, again, if you are in the queue, I know that, like, I don't have a queue bot or whatever, maybe one day, but,
I did it
um,
specifically to spite you.
thanks.
There you go. There you go. Just it's just we all know. Yes, I did it because I'm like I'm about to queue up and then not come in.
No, but, yeah, if you know, do that, that'd be awesome. That's, like, my biggest pet peeve.
Gonna
Boom,
throw you into
there.
the sun. You know.
Yeah.
So no worries.
Um,
I've always juggled the idea of a queue system or not. Currently, where my stream is operating on no queue system.
okay,
Um, but like back in GU when there would be a lot more people interested in playing, uh, that was like it was getting out of control with no queue system. So then I did implement a queue system, and there would be like situations like where people would be in the queue for like an hour and a half, and then I would be like, okay, next person in line, please, and then no one would like answer. So I'd be like, okay, well, um, it's always like a eternal thing. So of like whether or not like I want to even use a queue system, but then ultimately I think now I'm just decided on no queue, and I'm just like, okay, here's the ID. You can join if you want, but I have every right to kick you if I want to. The thing is, if at any point the positive vibes and fun energy of the stream is ever compromised because of the actions of one person, then you gotta go.
yeah.
You gotta go.
Well, you sent a very good tweet of just, like, a streamer or anybody in chat should never be held, like.
Yeah, don't be a hostage to one person, even if
Yeah.
they're not like explicitly breaking chat rules. If they're compromising like the atmosphere and positive energy of your stream, you have every right to like just like kick them out or time them out or
Mhm.
ban them. And that goes with like that's just not like that's not specifically Monster Hunter. That's like any stream in general. You know, if you're a
Yeah.
streamer and someone comes in and you know they're not doing anything technically against the rules of your chat room, but they are like you know you feel like you're being held hostage by like engaging in conversation with them and they're putting you in a negative mindset, like just they can go. They can go. You can
Yeah.
get rid of them. Like it's that
Yeah.
easy. You have the ability to do it. So just do it. Guarantee you I've been doing that more. Just like if someone's being a butt, I call them out and then I'll just tell them like, "Hey, you know like kind of be a kind of like I don't know, kind
I
of making
definitely got
everyone
a section on
uncomfortable."
that.
So it's like, you know, either get your act together or please just find the door
Get out.
and get out. You know?
Yeah, like, that's definitely happened in the past, and I'm sure a lot of streamers can agree that, like, it
Yeah.
there's always gonna be that one viewer that, like, you have in your mind that, like, has definitely either stressed you out on stream or just, like, really made you not excited to hit that go live button and just, like, it's the most horrible feeling because it's really hard to really decide on what you want to do, but at the end of the day, like, you have to remember, like, this is your corner of the internet. Nobody should change it. Nobody should make you feel different.
Yeah.
And yeah, you move on with your day and they move on with theirs.
And the funny thing is sometimes these people don't even realize they're engaging
Oh,
in like
totally.
being a jerk or something.
Totally. They actually
Uh
think that they're being helpful in some cases.
yeah. So it's like I feel like they never had anyone in their life to tell them to like take them by the shoulder and just shake them and be like, "Hey, here's how you're making other people feel," you know?
Well, I
Um
think it, like, comes along with, like, backseating a lot and just, like, the parasocial relationship, like, that's a
yeah.
huge conversation that we will not be able to discuss today.
Like
'Cause
parasocial relationships with viewer
holy crap,
streamers
that's a
and
lot.
stuff. Yeah.
That's a lot to cover.
It's hard to understand what we're talking about unless like well I wouldn't say it's hard to understand, but you
It's
don't really get the full brunt of what we're talking about until like you actually stream. Like
yeah.
and you're in like the driver's seat and you like start to understand like wow. sometimes certain types of people can be like have like a really negative effect on your mood while you're streaming, and you feel like you don't have any power to say anything against it because then you're afraid you're gonna come off like as an asshole.
Yeah.
But like, I've had people like DM me. In fact, I've had you tell me before that like when I'm like roasting someone on stream for being like a jerk, and you're just like hell yeah, like
Yeah.
like fucking cheer me on from the background.
Yeah.
It's like okay, you know what? That's some comfort to know that like yeah, other chat members are probably on your side when you're just totally destroying this asshole in your chat room. It's such a good feeling. It's like a very mob mentality feeling,
Well, it's just kinda
but
like
like against like negativity.
well, obviously, it's so much easier as well that, like, because yeah, we don't want to be a bad guy or anything. We want everybody to enjoy our streams, but it's also like, I don't know, it's sometimes to really form our words properly. And because it's just like, I think we're so desperate to not come off as like an asshole in any way,
hmm
but it's just, I don't know.
I think
It,
it's like I think it comes from the fact that we tend to overthink our own behavior on stream.
yeah,
We put everything under a microscope. If I even say something that sounds like it could be like construed in a negative tone, I'll immediately try to like backpedal and try to like sound more positive and put a positive spin on it, and then I just start like
yeah.
over explaining myself and everything. It's so, like it's all this like, Cam, just ban the person. Just
Yeah,
time him
like,
out. Just ban them.
I
Just
think
do
one
it.
of the biggest things as well is, like, sometimes I can be, like, just I overthink things with certain people as well because it's like, if I know that this person is in someone else's chat that's my friend,
Mhm.
like, let's say that they're very like, they go to, any other streamer's chat that I know of, like, I don't really want to ban them in my chat because then it's like, "Oh god, I'm gonna be seeing them everywhere."
Well, yeah, yeah.
But
That's another thing too, right? Is that like,
it's like, cause like, that's kind of the thing about Monster Hunter. We have such a kinda close-knit community in a way.
mhm,
It's obviously much broader now, but, like, a lot of people like, we see a lot of the same people in different chats,
yeah,
and it's just kinda like, if you don't like someone, it's hard to get away from them, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing,
it's like
necessarily.
school. It's kind of like school.
Exactly, and it's just like, if I ban someone in my chat because they're making me uncomfortable or they're coming off as very, like, whatever,
Mhm,
I have to deal with that with other streamers, like, see them elsewhere, and it's just kinda like, I hate the ability of not being able to talk in someone's chat because someone is there,
yeah.
and it's just kinda I don't know.
Well, that's
It's
also
a
why I
lot.
don't like really talk much in other people's chats. I'll just like sit there and just watch. Also, like for chat members out there who ever say hi to me in other chat rooms and I ignore you, that's not because I hate you. I just want to. I just don't really feel like engaging in a conversation with other chat members because that's what I do on my stream.
Yeah.
When I'm on my stream, that's when I want to talk to chat members. When I'm on someone else's stream, I don't want to talk to chat members. I want to talk to the streamer and then just
Mhm.
make my dinner or whatever the hell I do.
Yeah.
So please don't like take it personally if I like never acknowledge you in a chat room because I've had people who are like, "Oh, Tam, you said hi to them, but not me," and I'm like, "Oh my god, please."
Yeah. It's kinda like I also don't wanna flood the chat by saying hi to people.
I know. Uh,
And obviously, I'm not trying to say that like, "Oh, everybody's saying hi to me." No, no, no. It's just more of like I say hi to one person and then someone afterwards is like, "Oh, hi, Forrest." It's like, "Crap."
I've been exposed. I gotta go like celebrity mode, wear my sunglasses and my like my full face mask.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna make like an alt account that's called like not Tam.
Also, Karada did make, like, a good comment as well, on the previous, I would still ban them just because they're nice to someone else, but a dick to you doesn't make them a nice person. Like,
Wait,
yeah,
what?
that he was just saying, just because, like, someone is in my chat that's, like, acting kinda douchey or kind of, like, whatever, but
Yeah.
they're like super nice or even like a mod in someone else's chat,
Hmm.
it shouldn't like truly stress you out or anything. So, yeah,
Oh, like
I don't know.
they're like a mutual that you don't like,
Yeah.
but like another friend likes. This is like going
Yeah.
into more like like
I know
sociological issues now.
we were talking about hub etiquette. How do
This
we
is
get to
like
this?
this has extended past hub etiquette. It has gone into the territory of, oh, my wife has a friend that I fucking hate, but they're best friends with my wife,
Yeah.
and I hate every time she comes over. But oh, I hate you so
Well,
much, but my wife loves you, so I guess we gotta.
I think the biggest thing is obviously like even though they're just like well, they're hunters, but they're also people, you know?
Are they?
And it's just yes, I
Okay.
would hope so. I think they are. Um, and I don't know, it's just kind of like I think people need to realize that as a streamer, like, we're entertainers, we're gamers, we're all of that, you know? We're trying to do a lot while
Game.
also, like gamers. We're trying to provide entertainment while also trying to be good at a game or bad, depending on your brand, whatever.
Bad.
Um, bad. Bad always.
Me bad.
Um, so, like, just be patient. That's what I ask for. But also be nice,
It's like,
Make my
yeah,
day.
you're still talking with a human. We're not. Twitch isn't a matchmaking service for you.
Yeah,
It's a social
exactly.
platform. It's not like strictly a matchmaking service. If you wanna just join people's lobbies, just like fucking do the what is the SOS called in Rise? I don't know. SOSs, or just like
SOS
join a
player.
random open public lobby in the game. Then yeah, there you go. But
Yeah,
Twitch isn't like your means to like go on and try to find people to play with. Like the game has tools for you to do that. Twitch is primarily there so that you can interact with a streamer, talk,
yeah,
get to know them, maybe be entertained by them, maybe look at their cute little VTuber avatars, maybe throw them money for some reason. You do
exactly.
you, boo.
And, like,
Um,
on top of that, like, if you have a problem with anything, my DMs are always open, you know? So, yeah.
you can DM me. Whether or not I respond is a different story.
I still remember of how scared I was to DM you the first time.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't even remember why, it was just more of like, "Oh my god, I'm so intimidated by Tam for some reason."
I feel like I've been called tsundere before, and I'm like, yeah, probably.
Really?
In real life, I've been called that.
Oh, okay.
They're like, Tam, you're
No,
so sun sun, and I'm like, what the hell is that? And I looked up and I was like, oh, that's what you mean. Fuck.
yeah,
Maybe.
'cause yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Um, but no, I think it was like I think I was saying thank you for like I don't even remember what it was, but I was just like I just wanted to be polite and say thank you for something. Maybe it was like a big raid or something or you gifted, I don't freaking know.
Mm.
Um, but it was just kind of like I was so scared that you like either A weren't gonna respond or like respond with like a okay.
Okay, okay. Alright.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, cool.
At this point, if you do that, it's like, yeah, that's just Tam.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, yeah. Um,
I know.
I think it's because, like, I mean, we're gonna get, like, to, like, big, like, what's in Tam's mind psychiatry mode at some point where it's gonna be like, oh, well, this is why Tam is acting like this, but
One day, the
this is.
podcast is just gonna open and, like, Tam's sitting on, like, a chair, like, or laying back on a chair and, like yeah,
Help me.
exactly.
I had those dreams again.
"Welcome to my office."
I had those dreams again, doctor. I need help. Yeah.
I'm hearing
I
voices in
mean,
my
it's like
head
it's funny you
again.
say that because like streams are kind of therapeutic, and yeah, like if people are being weird in hubs or just adding negative energy, that's like I stream and also I play games to relax. That's what they
Oh,
are. They're
totally.
games. They're meant to be entertaining.
Yeah,
So
totally.
even
It
if
really is
like
therapeutic.
even if someone's like unintentionally being a jerk, it's like teach them, teach them. It's a teaching moment. for everyone involved.
Mhm.
Maybe they'll engage in the behavior less often if you say like, hey, maybe give other people a turn to post the quests too.
Yeah.
It's not or like hey, uh people have started asking me a lot like, hey Tam, look at my guild card, or Tam, can you look at my armor? And I'm just like, no. And then they're just like, okay, fair enough.
Alright,
Like, yeah,
have a good day.
cool. Tam, look at my guild card. Nah.
Uh,
Um
yeah,
like
I
I've
yeah.
like I mean I watch like other big streamers as well, and like their reactions to that question is like basically that. It's like there's like, hey streamer, can you look at my achievements on my guild card? And they're just like, nah.
I need to keep doing that, yeah.
I mean, it's like if,
Mm.
if I'm especially bored that day, then I'll just look at people's guild cards on my own. I'll just do that. I'll like if it's like I was like that's like there's time to kill, then I'll just be like I'll just look at it. But like
Yeah, but
don't force me to look at the picture of your kids in your wallet. You know,
yeah.
hey, look how
Well,
adorable my kids are. Have you seen them? It's just my palm.
yeah, it amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's kind of like another big thing. It's like I don't I'm sorry, but it's like if everybody asked me to it's just kind of like in my mind, like if I view someone's guild card, then I should be viewing everybody's,
Hmm.
to be fair.
And
And
this is
it's
more
just
just
kind of
like
like
this.
I don't
Yeah.
well,
By
it's
the way,
just like you don't have the time for that.
this is more just like personal pet peeves at this point than like
It
universal
really
hub
is.
etiquette.
But at the same time, like I'm sure like everybody's kind of been like, "Ugh, I don't okay, you know. Um But yeah, I don't know. Like obviously again, I do love receiving guild cards. I will look through them. Yes, I've seen that guild picture or whatever or that title.
Yes, I've seen the
I'm
panty
talking
shot of
about
your hunter
you.
before. Oh, are
I
you
have
pointing at
so
the
many
Are
of
you
those.
pointing at your fake camera?
Totally.
Oh god,
Yeah.
threatening. Here, I'm
Imagine.
pointing for you.
Thank you.
This is a JoJo reference.
um I don't know. Yeah, it just yeah. And also, yeah, Karada's bringing up one of the points that we really want to bring up.
What's up?
As for okay, so this is me reading the chat. As for etiquette, though, I was told someone was taught that checking the team sets was rude. How do you guys feel about checking the hub armors? I
It's rude when you go to check someone's armor and you just give them unsolicited advice on how to make the armor better. That is rude. Just
yeah,
looking at their armor because you want to see their armor. If you have any judgments, like whatever, but like keep it to yourself. Um, and let them rock what they want to rock. But like if you're looking at someone's armor, like from the get go without them asking, and just be like, oh, you could make this better by doing this, this, and this. That's rude. Like I don't
hmm
care how much better of a hunter and how much better of a set they're gonna have if they do these changes. Just telling someone unsolicited, just looking at their armor and then like telling them like, hey, this is kind of shitty right here. That's like that's rude.
yeah.
That's rude. But if you're just looking at armor, then it's like whatever. That's fine. I do it. I do it. I'm not gonna give
Um,
recommendations. I'm just gonna look at your armor. Unless you specifically ask me like, hey Tam, how can I make this armor better? Then that's when you do it.
yeah.
Okay.
That's when the dam bursts and I
That's
go in.
like it's like fucking you're at like a coffee shop and you're like it's like you're wearing like I don't know. I'm trying to like frame the you're like at a coffee shop and your car is like parked in front and then someone looks at your car and is like, "Oh, you could really like really add some spoilers right there. It could be like look real." It's like, "Oh, I didn't ask. Who are you? Go away." you know?
Yeah.
It's like I walk into a lobby and someone's like, "Hey Tam, you want to know how you make this armor better?" I was like, "No, uh, I didn't ask. I didn't ask."
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, it's just kind of like I again, like I don't mind people asking me to check their set,
hmm
but it's kind of like what do you expect when I look at your set?
That's what it boils
And
down to. Is
it's
like
like
if
I'll
you,
just be like nice and then
yeah,
close.
Well, it's like that's what it boils down to. If you ask specifically, "Hey, can you look at my set and like recommend anything?" Then I'm like, "Yeah, sure, dude. Let's look at your set and see what we can do."
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like open up your armor set though and just look at it and be like, "Oh, this is kind of shit right here," or like, "Hey, you know you can make this real better if you like have a better talisman here and here and here." It's like they didn't ask me, so I'm not gonna do that. Plus, that's like I feel like
Mhm.
that's like very egotistic as well to just like you know to
Yeah.
just look at someone's armor and then suggest
Well, yeah, it's
things.
very like I'm very against backseating.
Mhm.
This is kind of like the one main problem that I've had with chat, I think. And
Mm.
like if anybody is to ever get banned from my chat, like or timed out, that is the reason. I have explicitly said in the past, do not backseat me. I'm sorry, but it makes me not want to play a game.
Mhm.
That is the main reason why I can't return to World or stream it.
That's why I haven't
Um,
been looking at I haven't been really looking at people's armor sets in general much unless they specifically ask me now.
yeah, same.
Uh if like an opportunity arises where I see someone get like full blasted one hit KO from full health, then that's like where I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take a look at your let's take a look at your health, your defense here, just like to be curious. And I'm like, oh my gosh, dude, you know about
Yeah,
armor spheres?
yeah, exactly. Like that's if it's getting to a point again where I said before, where like if we run through a quest, you triple cart, we run through it again, you triple cart again, then we'll take a step back and go over what you got and everything.
Yeah,
Try to
and
get you something better. But like it's not gonna be as soon as someone comes in and be like, "Oh, let's see what you're rocking today. Are you good enough to be in my very exclusive hub?" No,
now,
never.
because this is the internet, people are gonna think I'm taking extremist stances on this. There is a degree of nuance to what I'm saying. Okay, for example, if I'm looking at someone's set and they have like 8 levels of attack boost, and I'm like, hey, you're like overcapped on attack by like one, then
Yeah.
I think that's fine. But taking a look at someone's set and just like being like, hey, you want to know how to make this set so much better? Like that's unsolicited like advice that I don't want to give. But like if it's like, hey, you're overcapped on attack, then that's probably where I'm more likely to be like, just tell you about it.
Yeah. I
Hmm.
mean, it's even like if I don't know. Honestly, I'm the type of person that's like if someone like tells me to take a look at their brand new set and I see it and it's not really that good, like I see a lot of flaws in it, I'll still be like, "Yeah, you're doing great." Like I don't know. It's just kind of play the game how you want, you know?
Hmm. Yeah.
It's just do what you want. Like experience the game how you want. We've all been there where we've had crappy sets, you know? I'm
Yep.
not about to be like, you could, sub in rapid morph for your Switch X set instead of whatever. I don't care.
Now, like I have those situations. I've had those situations where I'm playing GU and someone joins the hub, and you can tell that this is probably their first Monster Hunter because it's just a mishmash of parts with no armor skills activated in
Yeah.
GU. The way I'd tackle that instead of just standing on top of them and being like, "Oh, you said this shit, dude. What the hell is going on here?" It's where I'm like, kind of probe them a little, be um, like, is this your first Monster Hunter or something like that? Not like it's gonna sound like really demeaning, I know, but like,
Well, I think in anything that we say can sound demeaning to someone,
yeah, and
you know?
everyone's gonna misconstrue it differently. I just think
Yeah.
giving unsolicited advice is like just a no go for me.
Yeah.
Especially in like, cause like you equate it to like real life interactions out in the real
Mhm.
world. You kids remember the real world. Um,
Kinda.
it's like, and it's where that whole like, dare I say it, mansplaining conundrum came from. Where it's like the thing is mansplaining. Someone in the chat just said mansplaining. Yeah, that's splaining. Yeah, like it's like the thing is if the person can respond to you by saying like I didn't ask, that's where I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna just lay off, just
Yeah.
keep my distance, let them do them, and let them learn their own
Exactly.
lessons. But also, if they're being a jerk about it, then I'm not gonna
Yeah.
respond in kind, but I'm gonna be stern.
Well, it's just like even with streaming and like backseating, it's like I'm very vocal when I want advice on
Mhm.
something.
Mhm.
But if you come in and start telling me like, "Oh, did you know that you could do this or this or this?" And it's like I'm already like 5 steps ahead or whatever, and it's like I can already tell like, "Okay, this is gonna be a bad time."
The other thing is like, yeah, you saying that reminded me of like when people would be like, "Hey Tam, the Nargacuga greatsword is a lot better than the one you're using right now." I want to look them through the monitor and be like, okay, one, you see what my HR is. Do you think I don't know that? Do you think I don't know that? Do you think you're the first one to try to tell me that? Like,
Um,
it's like I
yeah.
know, I'm aware. The Nargacuga greatsword looks like doo doo. It's feathers on a stick.
Yeah, the Nargacuga weapons are something to behold.
I don't care if my hunts could be 45 seconds faster. I'll stick with my current greatsword. I'll stick with like the Mizu one or whichever one I haven't been using at the time. Okay, you're not the first one to tell me this, and I doubt you're gonna be the last one. But you know,
Yeah.
let me just say right now, you're not you're not the main character here on the stream. Okay,
Mhm.
that's me.
Well, yeah, I just like it I get it. You want to be helpful. I get it. You know, you had more success with this weapon or whatever, but
Mhm.
also back up.
Sometimes I get the feeling of like it's not really they want to be helpful. It's more like they want to show everyone in the chat room that they know a lot.
That's true.
You know,
Which you can also do that by not being a prick.
that's also
No,
yeah, yeah,
I don't
no, yeah.
know.
There's plenty of ways.
It's
You
just
know.
kind of like you also brought up that like, you know, my HR is this or whatever. I think people need to realize that HR does like it is just a number. Once
It
you
is
get
just
past
a number, but there
HR
is,
like 40 or 50, it's just kind of like you can be HR 999 and still not know anything.
and it could be like hacked too. But there is like,
Exactly.
I've changed my stance on HR. It's just a number. At the end of the day, there's no correlation between HR and mechanical hunter skill, but there is a correlation between HR and time spent in the game.
Hmm.
So you have more experience in the game. Doesn't necessarily mean you're better at playing the game, but you are much more familiar with the game because you've played it much more and you've actually completed
Yeah.
hunts and stuff. Um, so I think higher HR means higher expectations of said player with the higher HR. Doesn't necessarily mean they're better at the game, but their knowledge of the system mechanics and stuff should be. Like, take me for example. I've played a lot of Monster Hunter. Um, I don't consider myself good at by any means, but I am familiar with a lot of like fights and stuff just because I've seen them a lot.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I'm a good player, but I'm an informed player. I think
Yeah.
there's like they're two different things.
Well, it's just kind of on top of that, like, especially in the previous games where you could do certain quests that were very easy to finish very
Hmm.
quickly. Like, for example, the Charm Farm in GU, where you had to capture or kill that Brachydios for
Oh,
the
the Bracky
subquest.
one.
That gave a lot, you know? Like,
Yeah,
that's a very effective way to get your HR up. You can still be 999. You can be boosted
that's
all the way
true.
to 999 and still not know anything, you know? You can still have like done those certain HR point boosted quests in a world like you know the for a while it was I think it was Pink Rathian and Legiana or something.
Oh yeah, the event quest that gave like
The Cherry
double.
Blossom one
Yeah,
or whatever it like gave a lot of HR points.
yeah.
You can do that
That's still a
and you
lot
can
of
still
time
be
investment
absolutely
though.
awful at the game.
Yeah, it just means like lots of time investment, not necessarily a lot of skill. Yeah.
So, I don't know, it's just kind of like when I go into a hub, for example, like, yes, I'm 999 and G or whatever. Um, a lot of at the end was just Charm Farm. I'll
You
be frank on
flexing?
that.
Wow.
And, I'll go into a hub and people will be like, "Oh my god, a 999." It's like, "No, no, 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 no. It's stop. It's just a number."
You misunderstand.
In reality, I should be like HR 200. I die to stupid shit all the time.
You know something that the previous Monster Hunters used to do that they no longer do is that you could look at the quest history of someone, and it would display their most recent quests and whether or not they succeeded or failed in them, and how
Yeah.
long it took them.
Mhm.
Part of me wants to have that again, so I could like look at my own and then be like, "Oh, Tab like failed like his last 5 quests like 5 times in a row."
Yeah.
Like, oh my god,
I
trash
know.
player.
Oh my god, look at this guy. It even, like, displays that he carded, like, 3
Yeah,
times.
it says like how many times they carded,
Yeah.
um, like how fast the quest took, whether or not they captured. It's like all sorts of things.
Yeah.
It's
I do
hilarious.
definitely miss some of those, parts of the guild card, yeah. Um, yeah, I don't know. I think, like, my biggest gripe now is just seeing the percentage of how far away, like, how much of the guild card you have completed, because it drives me mental now.
Now you know. Now you know how I feel about open world games.
Yeah, now I understand.
Yeah, it's funny. Guild card doesn't bother me at all in terms of completion. Just the weapon usage part.
Really?
Cause like I don't know. Hey, I blame Capcom for making that graph so pretty. Okay. Like
That's true.
if it was just numbers, if it was like literally just like it's a like great sword and then like 200, and then it's just listed out like that, that'd be fine. I'd be fine. I would just use whatever. But because they put it in this like neat little graph, all like a
Yeah.
little cute color coded and everything, like it's be able to zoom in and out. It's
Yeah.
like, well, I got to make the graph look pretty. It's I blame
Especially
Capcom for
with,
that
like,
one.
I really like the, addition of, like, being able to, take a picture anywhere in the world and just kinda have it as your picture, like, I actually really like
Oh
that
yeah,
part of
that's
the card.
great. I mean, there is a certain charm to like the way they used to do it with like the background pose and you
Yeah,
like
like,
moving around and
I actually really miss the background, and I'm kinda hoping that they'll bring that back, is kinda like the color of the card or whatever,
mm.
in a way.
Oh yeah, everyone
Like
has
that.
like the same like parchment like ugly piss colored paper for their guild
Exactly, and it
card.
kinda bothers me.
Yeah,
So boring.
I know.